But we start with our big guest. Dale Moss is from Brandon, South Dakota. He played 4 years of basketball, 1 year of football at South Dakota State University, and that led to a free agent tryout in the NFL. He spent a couple of years with the Packers and the Bears. Moss is now a model and a businessman and an entrepreneur in New York City, and he is rumored to be a contestant on the upcoming episode of The Bachelorette. We sat down with Moss at the high school football field in Brandon. Dale Moss back in Brandon. Great to have you home, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, it's good to be home. I'm living out on the East Coast in New York, but there's nothing like coming home. I have a lot of great memories growing up here in Brandon, and I still have my South Dakota ID, so this is home through and through.
Talk about the situation in New York, though. Just the craziness with it. It's still shut down, and
yeah,
you've been going back and forth, but you've been back here for quite a while. When do you go back to New York? And just speak to what's going on there a little bit.
Yeah, it's been an interesting and kind of an eerie feeling. Early on, I've been back for 2 months, and I live in the heart of Manhattan, so when they say like lockdown and the pandemic, it definitely hits home. But I'm not in a rush to get back. This is the most time I've spent with my family since I was in high school, and I love it. Even just being here, in Brandon or the Sioux Falls community and seeing familiar faces, even if it's from a distance, has been amazing. So I'm not one to wish away time. And again, like I always say, I love where I grew up, and I couldn't be more proud of it. So I'm just taking this time and just really enjoying things. And maybe towards the end of June, I might check out there, but again, it's kind of all up in the air.
Went on to play basketball to begin with at South Dakota State last year in 2011. How does that seem like forever ago? Or
yeah,
not?
You talk about how time flies, right? And yeah, I'm gonna be I'll be 32 in September, so it really does fly. But I still like my time at South Dakota State, playing both basketball and football are memories I'll never forget. And again, it always comes back to home though, like the foundational pieces, Coach Garrow, Coach Decker, the entire staff and community of Brandon really helped shape me and allow me to have success well beyond, the basketball court of the field.
Talk about home and family. There were 6 kids from Brandon on that football team at SDSU in 2011, right?
The BV pipeline. Yeah, so we had a squad, and again, I think that's one of the things that made the transition so much easier. And we had a lot of talented players. Austin Sumner was there, Will Castle, myself. We had Chase Douglas, and some other players. And that just is a testament to what they do out here, And again, I can't stress enough how it goes beyond just the athletic program, but the overall community. I still stay in touch with all those guys, so and they're doing great things.
So you played 1 year college football. You had 61 catches that year.
Yeah.
Tied for the team lead, I think, for the Jacks, and then you get a free agent tryout out of that. And talk about your time with the Packers and in the NFL.
Yeah, so when I transitioned and decided to go out for football, there was never a doubt that I would have an opportunity to play after the fact. And it was tough because my first 3 games at South Dakota State, I didn't play. Keep in mind, I wasn't coming in as a freshman. I was, a contributor on a great basketball team. I just stayed patient. I had a great fall camp and just trusted the process. And, and this is probably something, I would tell any kid or in any situation, like if you put in the work and you stay consistent, like the results will come. And I ended up, in 3 less games, leading our conference in receptions, having a great year. And it got me a chance to play in the East-West Shrine game, then go on and sign with the Packers. And that was an amazing experience, just being able to be in a locker room with some of the players like Aaron Rodgers, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, but also see how well an organization is run. That's something that shaped me, for the rest of my life. And, even if that was a short stint and then really spending more time, with the Chicago Bears organization, you can't really even put that into words, and I'm very thankful that I had that opportunity to play at that level, be around people of that caliber, and that again, I miss it, but there's a new chapter.
So since about 2015, 16, You've been a model. You've been an entrepreneur. So what are you now?
Yeah, so currently I am a model with Wilhelmina International and a sports and entertainment host. That's always been one of my focuses. You know, I think how Ryan Seacrest has built a brand and really an empire is amazing, and I would love to model my career after him. And then behind the lens, I'm doing a lot of producing, live events, which, obviously isn't going on right now, working on a documentary, and that's under my company, Moss Martin Media. And I've been so blessed to just work with some of the greatest talent, work with some of the greatest brands, and just be in a situation where, I'm surrounded by people I can learn from each and every day. And that's really helped me grow.
You can comment on this if you'd like to, but the rumors that you were supposed to be on the next season of The Bachelorette, what can you say about this?
Obviously that stuff came out in the media, but I cannot confirm nor deny what is ahead. But, regardless, I'm just excited about what's coming up in, the next few months. So some good things.
In all of your travels and your work and all the things you're doing, does anybody notice or care, or what do they say about being from Brandon, South Dakota?
First of all, everyone's like, I said I still have my South Dakota ID. They're like, I have never met anyone from South Dakota. But it's always positive things, I guess, with people, they're like, oh, so that's why you're so polite. That's why you're so nice. You were raised in the Midwest. Some people think we still ride horse and buggies, and that's pretty absurd. But it's all positive things, So again, like, that's one thing I'll never shy away from. I'm a South Dakota boy through and through, and wherever I'm at in the country or the world, that will never change.